everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of She's All That, the 1999 teen comedy that I gotta tell you, I like a lot. Now, in order to do this review, I gotta be upfront with you. I am a 35-year-old dude who likes a good teen comedy, and I know the concept of these movies is very much reliant on the precepts of the classic chick flick, and as a guy, I'm supposed to not like those movies, but if there is a well-told story, I don't care what genre it's in, I tend to enjoy it, including a lot of romantic movies, and so that doesn't bother me. And I know it's also supposed to be generally focused upon the audience of teens, and I'm a 35-year-old dude. I am far surpassed that, but I still dig them. And in this specific case, that may be helped out partially by the fact that this movie did come out when I was a teenager, but it's not really, because like I said, a good teen movie can come out today and I'll still enjoy it. So there you have it. I'm going to be right up front with you about that fact. And I will say this, I think that this movie is nowhere near the absolute height of the genre. To me personally, I think the best teen film of all time would have to be Mean Girls, because I think it is very, very funny and has very well written characters, but also has a lot to say about the camaraderie that needs to exist between women, and the whole concept that it seems to be so prevalent of a lot of women that try to tear one another down in order to try to get up in the world, and how sad that is. I think it has a lot, like I said, there's a lot of interesting things to say, but also makes you laugh, and has some very solid performances. She's All That, nowhere near that caliber, but however, I do think it has some very, very fun characters that I enjoy a great deal, and there's one sequence in specific that I find so hilarious that I've rewatched it by itself on numerous occasions because I think it's so hysterical, and there are a number of characters that you grow to like a lot. Now, in order to talk about this film, you have to talk about the core concept, and that is essentially the film starts off with the character played by Freddie Prinze Jr. He's the big man on campus. Everybody looks up to him. You can tell early on in this film that when he shows up, everybody has bated breath, and they follow his lead, and everybody looks up to him, and he absolutely rules the roost, and he's dating the most popular girl on campus. But when she comes back from a vacation, she dumps him unceremoniously and reveals that it's because she met a reality star, and she's smitten with him and has no interest in Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character anymore. And you find out as the film progresses, it's largely because she feels the reality star is more famous, and she's much more attracted to somebody's position in the world than who they are. But you know, all that aside, he's all about the bluster and his reaction. Instead of you know being real about his emotional experience and that he's upset at having lost this girl that he's been dating, instead he's like, oh, she's totally replaceable. I could date anybody in this school and make her as popular as Taylor Bond, the girlfriend that he lost. And there's a character played by Paul Walker who this is the first movie that I remember seeing him in, and he shows up and he's a friend of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s, and you can tell that there is a camaraderie there, but there's also a great deal of competition, and he is taken aback by this claim that he could do that for any other girl, so he challenges him to a bet that he gets to pick any girl in the school, and Freddie Prinze Jr. has to turn her into the most popular girl, and if not, he'll lose the bet, and there's big stakes involved. And there's this hilarious sequence that was mocked just to perfection in the movie, Now Another Teen Movie, where Paul Walker is going around and he's pointing out all these girls and be like, no, that's too easy, and like, you know, they're these girls that you would think would, oh no, that would actually be extremely difficult to make that person be the most looked up to person. Like, it's, you know, people that have very unique looks. They unfortunately in today's society can be looked down upon for that reason. And then all of a sudden he sees the character played by Rachel Lee Cook, and she is clearly a gorgeous girl, but her hair is really long and looks weird, and she's wearing overalls that have paint on them, and he's like, oh no, it's gonna be that girl, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is like, not her, and it's so ridiculous. And then as the film progresses, you get introduced by a character played by Anna Paquin, who comes in and gives Rachel Lee Cook the makeover to end all makeovers, and she comes down and she's wearing this red dress, and all of a sudden she's the most gorgeous woman in the entire school, and everybody is absolutely after her, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is 100% gets there. She is the person that everybody looks up to. But he still, in order to win the bet, he has to make it to prom and have her win the prom queen. And they do end up showing up in prom, which also gives you a moment that is one of the most memorable scenes in this film, where there's a character played by Usher who is the DJ of the school, which apparently the school has a DJ. Who knew that was a thing? And he's playing music at the prom, and there's this moment, and they have one line that try to explain it, where they're like, dance club, get in there, and all of a sudden they have this like completely professionally choreographed dance sequence in the middle of a high school prom that is so unbelievable and stupid, and there's no reason for it to be in there, but it's also like, oh man, oh, she's all that, you silly bastards. And there are a number of very, very entertaining supporting characters in this film. I already talked about Anna Paquin's character, and she's cool because there seems to be a real sincerity to her, but there is a number of other ones. There is a character played by one of the Culkin brothers that is the younger brother of Rachel Lee Cook's character, and he's very acerbic and witty and sarcastic and entertaining, and you find out as the film progresses that he's been bullied a great deal, and one of the people that is bullying him is the guy who from American Pie who was making up the girlfriend, the redhead that made the Shermanator who made up the girlfriend, and in this he's cool enough to be a bully, but Freddie Prinze Jr. shows up and he sees that he's bullying the younger brother of the girl that he's with, and so he calls him out on it, and because just based on his authority alone is able to convince him to take the pubes of him and his best friend and put him on a pizza and eat it, and it's this absolutely ludicrous scene that nobody in their right mind would believe that he would, just based on his popularity, be able to force a guy to eat pube pizza. But it also is another moment in this that really gives you an idea of how silly and over the top this film is. But as I mentioned earlier, there is a moment in this film that I find absolutely hysterical, and it stars Matthew Lillard, the much maligned Matthew Lillard that a lot of people do not like because of his acting style, but I love him in this movie. And as I mentioned earlier, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s girlfriend breaks up with him for a reality TV star, and that reality TV star is Matthew Lillard. And as the film progresses, you find out that he's all about himself, and there's this moment where he's at a party and he has the DJ put on a song, the Give It To Me song, and it's all about, you know, talking about how great he is, and he has this extended the dance sequence where he's talking to, like, basically miming how the lyrics of the song and how important he is, and you find out that he has a tattoo that is just his own face, and underneath it says me, and so every time it says give it to me, he's like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And it's absolutely hysterical moment for me. It makes me laugh every time because it's so absurd and ridiculous, and Matthew Lillard commits to it completely, which is why it works for me. I like this film an awful lot. I have a great deal of affection for it. Is this anywhere near like my favorite films of all time? Absolutely not. But do I enjoy it a great deal? Totally. So those are my thoughts on She's All That. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. If you think it's hilarious that a 35-year-old dude with a beard likes this teen movie, whatever. Other than that, please hit that like button, hit that share button. It makes it much more likely other people come check out this review and let me know what they think. And beyond that, if you are new here or you just haven't done it yet, please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you can find out when I put out a new video and come and let me know what you think. Besides all that though, have yourself a good day.